Hey Pet Pro, this episode is sponsored by some incredible brands we personally use and love.
And their support helps keep the mics on, so you will hear more about them throughout the show.
Okay, let's talk Super Zoo. We are coming in hot because Pet Shop Girls on Tour is officially happening.
Yeah! And we are launching season 3 with 2 epic events that you do not want to miss.
First up, Tuesday night at 7 p.m. is our Pet Shop Girls on Tour Vegas bus party.
Woo woo! And tickets are very limited, so if you want in, do not wait.
This bus party is sponsored by Aardvark Pet Products with drinks and swag provided by Framposs and Retail Smart Guys.
And yes, we are making a stop at the Welcome to Las Vegas sign for a photo op because obviously we had to make this iconic.
So if you want to ride with us, click the link in the show notes and reserve your spot now.
Then on Thursday at 2 p.m., come find us at the Aardvark Pet Products booth, number 3561, for your live Pet Shop Girls podcast recording and the launch of season 3, baby!
And right after that, we're throwing what might be the most epic booth party of Super Zoo.
Yes, and huge paws up to our amazing sponsors that are making this party possible. The Honest Kitchen, Smack Pet Foods, and of course, Aardvark Pet Products.
This is where our indie insiders will get our now famous Pet Shop Girls goodie bag filled with brands that actually support independence.
Right, so here's the plan. Tuesday night, Vegas, bus party. You need a ticket to ride. Thursday afternoon, live podcast and season 3 launch party.
Check the Indie Insider private Facebook community for all the updates. Come celebrate with us, come hang with us, and come help us kick off season 3 the right way.
We cannot wait to see you at Super Zoo.
Pet Shop Girls on Tour, baby! Let's go!
Quick question, Pet Pro. What would you do if your chew category suddenly increased by over 20%?
Because that's exactly what happened when I started working with Aardvark Pet Products.
Tell them how you started, Sherry.
Well, I started cautiously because I only started with 6 SKUs.
And now?
Now I have over 40 SKUs in my private label lineup.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive and a great selection for your customers.
And they love the variety we have. And it's because Aardvark makes private label actually doable with low minimums, no setup fees, custom labels, and fast turnaround.
Yeah, so if you've been thinking about it, this is your sign.
Email art at artn, N as in Nancy, at aardvarkpet.com and use code PetShopGirls to save a little extra on your first order.
The trade. Pet Shop Girls, unleash your power, let's make some waves.
Hey everybody, I'm Sherry.
And I'm Carly.
Welcome back to another episode of the Pet Shop Girls podcast. This is installment number 6 of our Smart Tech Summer mini-series. We're talking about Claude.
Claude and I have a love-hate relationship. Oftentimes we are fighting, other times we are making magic happen. Claude is, of course, one of the AI tools out there that you've likely heard about. There is ChatGPT, there is Google Gemini, and there is Anthropic's Claude. But Claude is a little bit different than the other chat agents that are out there. And that's simply because of how they've structured it. So there's kind of like 3 levels to Claude. There is the chat option, just like ChatGPT, just like Google Gemini. I can sit there and I can brainstorm with Claude and I could be like, I want to do this. What would you suggest? And we can go back and forth. The next level up from that is the co-work level. This is called
Hold
Claude.
on. I just want to say something about the chatting.
Yeah.
The one thing I didn't like about Claude
You
is
couldn't actually talk to him.
right. And sometimes if I'm on my phone, I'm walking my dog.
Yeah.
I like to have a whole conversation where they talk back to me, so I don't have to feed it. Well, chat can do that. Claude cannot yet.
Yeah.
So that was one of my drawbacks on Claude. But like with any AI, they each have their forte. So
Yes.
I am excited to hear more about what you've learned with Claude. So
I think probably the biggest kind of advantage for Claude is Claude's a doer, where other chat agents are chatters, and Claude can actually do the things. I agree. I used to do that with Chat GPT all the time, right? I'd be driving to work and I'd have some idea and I'd be like, oh, and I'd just start talking to Chat GPT and we'd have this conversation on my 20-minute drive to work. And then I would run into the store and implement what we talked about. The difference with Claude is that second level where it's Claude Cowork. Now, I should also mention these three kind of levels of Claude, chat, and then the cowork, and then the final level, which is code, they are available through the desktop version. They're not available on the phone app. So I'm going to be able to chat with Claude on my phone, but I'm not going to be able to get cowork or code work done from the app on the phone.
okay.
So the Claude Cowork, this is where if you're seeing these videos about all of these beautiful things that people are doing with Claude, they're creating dashboards, they're creating games, they're creating apps, it's doing the work for them, it's building out beautiful spreadsheets and that kind of stuff. That's happening in Cowork. And kind of the best way to work with Cowork is through what Claude calls skills. So skills are, I guess, an easy way to look at them is they're kind of like plugins. So I can tell Claude in my cowork that I want it to be able to access my Gmail account. So I connect the Gmail skill to my Claude cowork, and then Claude can literally like look at my emails, pull it up and create a response for me. So I would say, go in and find the most recent email from Sherry. And it says, okay, yep, I've got it. She's talked about merch that she made on Printful. And I say to Claude, okay, tell Sherry that I want to get together and I want to meet with her about this on Wednesday. And I've got new designs to share with her. And Claude will say, okay, bloop, there's your email draft. Are you ready to send it? And I look at it and I go, yep, it's captured all my details. Absolutely send that. And then I can send it.
Wow. So can you just be like, hey, check my emails, start reading them to me?
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that I did set up, I just wasn't very good at it. I think I need to kind of redesign this, but I did what I was calling a daily brief. And so what I told Claude to do is I want you to check my email, check my calendar, and check, I can't remember what else I said. Anyways, I want you to check these three things and I want you to give me a daily brief and tell me what I've got going on for the day. And so then it would come back and it would say, you have these 6 emails that you have to respond to. You've got a meeting at 3 and a meeting at 9 p.m. And then you also have to do whatever else it was.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of like your little assistant, but it can do a lot of things that the other AI agents can't.
But it can only do that on a laptop. You can't have it do that on your phone.
Right. You have to use the desktop app to access all of the functionality of Cowork. Now, I have done some pretty freaking amazing things on my phone too. And this is why I say I have a love-hate relationship with Claude. When I
remember
first,
you had I remember you had an argument with it.
oh, I did. Like, yeah. A very loud
did.
argument that
I
my
got-
neighbors were probably scared of when they heard me
I had
yelling
an
at it.
argument with it, and then I went back to chat just because
Yeah.
it needed that.
You got to know when to hold. Okay, so
Yeah.
one of the things that I did when I first started using Claude, and if you've never been on my website, this doesn't make any sense to you. But if you have been on the House of Paws website, at the bottom of every page, I had a link to what grade is my kibble. And this was a brainchild from half a decade ago when I was lying in bed one time, 3 a.m, and I went, how do I get customers to have that aha moment themselves about what they're feeding? And it came to me at 3 a.m, I was going to build my kibble grading assessment tool. But it was a PDF, and it has been a PDF on my website for the past 5.5 years. So when I first started using Claude, I shared the link to this PDF and I said to Claude, I'm like, hey, Is there a way that we could change this into more of an interactive form versus just a PDF? And it's like, hang on, I'll build that for you. And it's like, here you go. Does that work? I'm like, oh my God. Like, it built this interactive form from my PDF. Now, it also took some liberties and it changed a little bit of wording here and a little bit there. And it didn't have pictures and it looked pretty boring. And so I started going back and forth with Claude. I'm like, okay, you've got this here. I want you to change it to be this instead of that. And hey, can we add a picture? And I'll make sure that this says that. And anyways, a couple revisions back and forth, tweak, tweak, tweak. And then Claude taught me how to add this onto my website. So the link didn't change. Like it's at the bottom of
Wow. And so it just gave you code that you like plugged in?
it gave me code. And for now, if you go to my website at the bottom of every page and you click on what grade is my kibble, it takes you into a web page on my website, not a PDF that doesn't say House of
Wow. I need to
Paws.
check this out because I actually have seen your PDF and I kind of copied it. I what do we call it?
You
Tweak.
stewed it?
I stewed it
Yeah.
back in the day. And I think mine was just static images as well.
Okay, Sherry, you know me. I have always been a big believer in video, and I've been making them for years. But I am officially calling out our fellow pet pros and entrepreneurs who keep saying, I just don't have time.
I know, I hear that constantly. I'd love to do video, but I'm behind the counter. I'm solo. I've got a million things to do, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. And I am here to tell them the no time excuse is officially dead. The other day, I was at the shop working totally by myself. In between customers and handling all the usual chaos of running a pet store, I created and scheduled 6 videos in one single day.
6 in one shift? Even for you, Carly, that's a massive output. How did you actually find the minutes to do that?
Okay, it is all thanks to Aaron Soggy's new app, Megaphone AI. And you already know because I've talked about him before. Aaron is the king of short form content, but he's basically bottled his process into an app that allows you to create content in seconds.
Even if you're starting from scratch?
Yes, even if you just have a random idea, or, and this is huge for us as pet pros, if you have written documents or notes that you want to turn into a short form video, it just does it. It takes the brain drain out of the equation. It writes the script for you, helps you record it, adds the captions, edits the video, then writes your copy. All you have to do is post.
Well, that sounds like a total lifesaver for people who feel stuck or overwhelmed by the camera.
And it really is. Like, if I can knock out a week's worth of content in the middle of a busy workday at the store when I'm working by myself, literally anyone can do this.
I'm sold. How do our listeners get their hands on it?
Okay, so it's currently only available on iPhones, but it is coming soon to a Samsung near you. But to make it super easy, we have a direct link right in our show notes. Just scroll down, click that link, and you can get the app and start creating. It even has a free 3-day trial.
No more excuses, everyone. Head to the show notes and let's see those videos.
Yeah. Hey, pet pros! If you are heading to Super Zoo and your treat section could use a quality refresh, go check out Tilted Barn.
This is a women owned brand doing it right. Clean ingredients, transparent sourcing, and packaging that actually makes yourself look premium.
They're 100% Canadian made right here in Saskatchewan. Single protein treats, no fillers, no preservatives, no artificial anything.
And dogs are obsessed, like won't leave the counter obsessed. It's a huge repeat purchase.
Plus, strong margins, easy to sell, and fits perfectly in a clean, curated assortment.
If you're at the show, go meet the team and see it for yourself.
Trust us, this one is worth your attention. And mine was
But yeah.
too. Either my customers had to print off the PDF and sit down and fill out paper and pen, or they would just sit there with a piece of paper and look at it on their phone or their computer and fill in the information. Now it is an interactive tool on my website. Now,
That's amazing because I've actually I've asked a couple of web techie people, hey, could you build this out for me to be interactive? And they were like,
Do you know what I was
no.
quoted when I reached out to
How
my guy?
much?
$2,000.
No way. Oh
Two
my
grand US, $2,000 US. And I sat down with Claude for a day and a half because it was more me than Claude because I'm not a coder. I don't know how to do this, but I know a friend of mine had called me. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm busy coding. Leave me alone." Like, here I'm thinking I'm this brilliant coder. But one of the other things that I started building with Claude, stay tuned, pet pros. We talked about this a long time ago on a training episode, the Daily Drop.
Yes.
The Daily
Yeah.
Drop, which it will be an app that lives on your employee's phone that provides them micro learning every single day. And guess what I'm building with Claude? The Daily Drop. So
I was doing the daily drop there for a minute, but I got tired of building it out, and I
yeah,
said, well, I would pay somebody to do these daily drops. And it like for example, a drop would be one day would be like goat milk.
yeah,
What is it? How do you use it, and what are its benefits? And it's just like little quizzes and stuff
yeah,
for the staff, and it literally takes less than like 4 minutes for them to complete.
yeah,
But it takes more time than
to
that for you
build
to
it.
build it.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited about this.
And that's kind of like, I'm not to that point yet, but one of the things that I'm trying to work with regards to the Daily Drop is, I mean, I have an entire course on the Pet Nutrition Foundation, right? Like everything you want to know about natural pet health. I have all of that content and I want to work with Claude so that Claude takes all of that content and repurposes it into those micro learning pieces so that those become part of the daily drops. But anyways, the third level of Claude, which is code, and I wasn't even in code. I have never even touched code because I am not a coder. I was doing all of this between chat and cowork. So if you are not techie, like I wouldn't even worry about code. But if you want to build out code, there's a ton of resources out there that will help you figure out exactly how you need to do it. It's here's the thing, and this is not just Claude, this is with any AI, the hallucinations. And
What exactly does that mean?
it means that they make stuff up. Like Chat GPT, Claude, Gemini, they make stuff up and they are very believable when they tell you their fictitious story.
You're right. I'm like, wait a second. You didn't go online and like check that. I told you to research that. Go online and check it.
Yeah.
Those are the conversations I have with you.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm just
Listen.
like, oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't actually go look at that. And I'm like, well, do it from now on.
This is the thing. Well, okay, that's another thing with Claude, that if you are giving your instructions about how you want Claude to work for you, you can always tell Claude, put this in your memory. So I don't want to have to tell you this again. Put this in your memory so that you remember next time we're working on something like this is how you do it. But it definitely can hallucinate. And like I said, it's very compelling when it comes back with these bogus stories and this is the way it is. And then you're like, no. And then it comes back and it apologizes profusely about how incorrect it was. And you deserve so much better from me. And I've let you down and all the things. But it definitely can, it can take a lot of the heavy lifting off your plate. It was with the help of Claude. Now it probably took me a week, but it would have taken me a heck of a lot longer without Claude. It took me about a week to build out my Your Dog Isn't Just Itchy ebook. This ebook ended up being 104 pages long.
Yes, listeners, I was like, what?
Stop.
You're kidding. Stop.
No, you stop. Okay. The reason that it is that long, though, is half of the book is here's the protocol to get your dog to not be itchy. The other half of the book is an interactive workbook that the pet parent will work through to be able to see where they started and where they ended. But like, one of the things that I got Claude to do, because my brain was mush after I was working on this, because if you're on Facebook with me, you saw that my parents moved. I had to paint their basement and their bedroom and all these things when they moved. And I was coming home after like 8 hours of painting at my parents' house, and then I'd do another 8 hours of working on my ebook. So my brain was mush. But one of the things that I said to Claude was, when I was all done, I gave the whole book back to Claude, and I said, go back and confirm that I have told the pet parent the right page number in the symptom log to put the information in that we're talking about in that section of the book. So Claude was kind of like my double checker, right? Now, this is where I talk about hallucinations as well. Claude came back and it's like, you tell people to go to page 60 when they should be going to page 94. I'm like, Claude, they should be going to page 58. What are you talking about? Oh, you're right. Sorry, I have an old version of the book. I'm like, no, you don't. Check this again. And then it went through and it did the things, and I verified all of the information. And then I gave it to a human, and a human will actually go through this
Yeah.
now from a human's perspective.
Yeah.
But so Claude can do a lot of heavy lifting for you, but Claude can also make mistakes just like any other. I would say for productivity tasks, Claude is my go-to. For research, I would say Gemini is better than Claude.
Well, because that's Google.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, well, yeah, right. And so Google has been practicing research for decades. And so now Gemini is just taking over.
And so the free tier versus paid.
Yeah. You know what? My PDF transformation, I did that all for free.
Stop.
Yeah. Didn't pay a dime. And then I loved Claude so much, I subscribed. So you get access, obviously, to more functionality with a paid version, but you also, one thing that Claude does is it uses credits. And if you don't know what you're doing in Claude and you're doing a lot of spinning your tires, then you are going to burn through your credits very quickly and you're going to get very frustrated. I have done this. This is where I get into my big fights with Claude, because I feel like it's taking me down a rabbit hole that we don't need to be on, but then it's burning my credits as it does this. So again, there's tons of information out there about how do you avoid burning through all of your Claude credits. But I think they have three paid tiers. Like there's kind of like a $20 one and a more expensive, or maybe it's free and 20 and 100 or something like that. Anyways, I just did the $20 one, or else I use the free version, depending where I'm at. And then I use the free Gemini as well. And I kind of use them together.
Nice.
But there you go, my friends. If you are in the market for a new AI, take Claude for a test run, and you might find that it does some things that you absolutely fall in love with.
For sure.
Until next time, Pet Pros, bye-bye. Okay, Pet Pro, quick heads up, because this one's important.
Our monthly coaching membership, Pet Shop Girls Off the Record on Substack, is going up in price.
Yes, but right now, you can still get in for $12.99 a month. And that includes all of our playbooks, workbooks, and the actual how-to behind everything we talk about on the podcast.
Not just what to do, but exactly how to do it in your store.
But as of August 1st, it's going up to $19.99 a month.
So if you've been thinking about joining, this is your moment to lock in the lower price.
Because once you're in, and you keep that $12.99 rate for life.
And you get access to everything we've already built, plus everything we're adding.
So if you are serious about growing your pet business and want proven systems instead of guessing,
go grab your spot before August 1st.
Links in the show notes. All right, Pet Pro, that's it for this week.
Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe.
Just hit all the buttons.
And if you want more, join us in the Indie Insider, our private Facebook group for pet pros.
Then you'll never miss the podcast that makes you sit, stay, and beg for more. The Pet Shop Girls.
Pet Shop Girls.
Sherry, why did the kitten get in trouble at school?
She was a copycat.
Wah, wah.